Ah, and we got a picture. Yeah, welcome to Legend of Grimrock, or rather, welcome to Falagar, a a playtest. No, a journey, a playtest for a journey for a Falagar, whatever. Yeah, this is going to be a playtest, maybe a playthrough of version 1.4, as promised, or threatened rather. There had been tons of changes in the past. I've been working on this for a couple of weeks and now, and yeah, I think I'll just go over some of the changes real quick. I'm probably also going to start a party, but not quite. So the game itself will be postponed to tomorrow because I ain't got the time for it, as always. But yeah, I think I'll just switch over to the other thing. Let's see if it works. Ah, it does. Okay. So what is this? Music in the background? Perfect. And we've got the changelog for version 1.4. So 1372. We had a playtest, the last playtest actually, which has been quite a while now. Years. 2021, I think. Yeah, okay. So I haven't played this since, but yeah, we'll just get over it real quick. But there are, yeah, quite a few changes as you can guess from me scrolling. Yeah, monsters, bug fixes, changes in races, classes, items, weapons, conditions, utilities, magic, and so on and so forth. Right, so yes, persistent traps. That's a new thing. Traps that don't just explode and then they are gone, but they are there to stay. And you know, a gift that keeps on giving. They are supposed to be annoying. I mean, this is a dungeon crawler, so what is a dungeon crawler without traps? Right, and I need to install a few more, but for this now, not done yet. Not entirely. There are a few, but not too many. Also, this is going to get released in a bit, but not quite. I've got the week off, so I can record a few more than just a few sessions. So let's see how far I can get, because I need, you know, I need to test this, of course, and probably not going to make it an actual playthrough. Maybe if it works, then sure, I'd just keep going and maybe make it a sort of 100% run. So the author plays. Did I mention this is mine? Anyway, yeah, by mod. Okay, additional crits bonus. Yeah, we've got more crits for pistol guys, so you can either go cannon or use these. They also stack with pirates. Yeah, something I'm going to probably play as well. Yeah, the phalanx that had a weird bug. I yeah, just made it all from scratch, and now it seems to work. Poisons, yeah, for undead and burning elementals. I hope it works. I try to remove this, and you know, things have changed, but maybe they work, maybe they don't. I don't know. Soothing campfires, yeah, just like the nice little fireflies that were in the game. Now we've got a version that is sort of yeah, that lasts a lot longer. Tried to rekindle it, didn't work, so I thought, okay, let's just up the time for that one. So basically, what it does is stay on the tile, and it regenerates more quickly. Health, I mean, and energy. Yeah, there's levitation. I think it was in the game before, but I didn't put a scroll in it, so probably, yeah, I doubt many have actually found it. There was levitation that allowed you to levitate over traps. Yeah, persistent ones, some of them, and those on the ground. Now they actually work, or they should work. Yeah, that's something I need to check as well, and also edit all the scroll for it. Yeah, this is probably why. Yeah, there are certain custom spike traps. Not sure if they are actually in. Yeah, see persistent trap installations. But anyway, low hanging branches. Might of magic. Anyone? Yeah, I strengths. That's how you type it, right? Strength. Whatever. Yeah, typos. I mentioned them as well, but let's get over this real quickly. Loot. Less is more. Yeah, I changed everything to the better. I hope. Yeah, the traps, different types, particle effects. Oh yeah, I spent way too much time making particle effects once again for things that probably no one cares and just runs past. I want my strongest sword. Yeah. Firewall trap. Yeah. I replaced them a bit. So now we've got more of these timed things in it. So you step on it, on these vents, as I call them, and then you can move out of the way. And there's several versions, I think, and different timers. It's, keeps you on your toes, quite literally. Yeah, change the monsters a bit. Yeah, the loot of breakable objects as well. More fitting. Yeah, so because you also we have here this transmutation thing, you don't need as much anymore. So things have all changed. Yeah, elemental missiles. I get into that really quickly. This is something that we need to address because now it's completely overhauled, if you will. It's done. It used to be similar back in earlier versions, but I've changed it back to something that actually gets rid of them. Otherwise, it would just hold on to them forever. Yes, transmutation, exactly. This is what I'm talking about. You can also change regular cannonballs to explosive ones. Yes, then they are finite, that is true, but they are more powerful. You can also, I think, overcharge and then the cannonball is gone as well. Anyway, there are ways to get new ones. Then again, cannonball, not so sure. Anyway, fuel refill station, yes, for lanterns. New single-use magic scrolls, yeah, just put them in earlier today, and just how many are there? 7, 8, I think now. Just scattered them all around, and I hope they actually work. Yeah, we've passed 200 secrets in the mod, so there's something for everyone. All kinds of secrets as well. Just a bit of timing, a bit of words. Put item here. Secret levers. Deactivate things. Throw something somewhere. There's a bit of everything in here. Yeah. Then a list of everything that has been changed. This is basically nothing but yeah, many small changes here and there. Each and every section that I did something and I just changed them and noted things here. There was something I wanted to address. Where's the valet? It's not even in here. Oh yeah, it's in the bug fixes. Yeah, of course. That makes sense. But certain other things... Where was it? Where is the Highlands? Come on, hideout? It's not the one I'm looking for. Yeah, something along these... somewhere in here they need to be... Whatever. Things have changed, puzzles added, things just redesigned, especially the starting crypts. There's been a lot done. The starting area is completely different. There are more traps, exits, everything is redesigned, smaller. I tried to make it more slim so that it's more fun to actually go through because the bidding was a bit convoluted, I think. And so we started in a massive maze, one that you had to go up and down again and down and up, and it was a bit much. It's still in a way the same, but I think it's more in a way streamlined, right? So it's more straightforward, let's put it this way. Graveyard, oh yeah, things changed. Basically, just go over it if you feel like it. There's tons of it. Magic, yeah. The OP things, I've also watched people play this, and holy yeah, holy moly. Horrible to watch. This is one of the reasons why I thought, okay, let's do it properly. This is not worth watching. With cheesing 24/7, with reloading, with scum saving, with using the cheesiest tactics 24/7. Holy moly, this was way too much. Yes, well, I'll probably mention certain things that are worth mentioning. Yeah, so the OP stuff has been nerfed in a way. And because everything was just entangle, freeze, freeze, entangle, freeze, entangle, I just changed it so that where is it? Freeze, OP max. Oh here, freeze, frozen is 2 to 3 seconds max. Yeah, it's just sort of a tactical element now, not just a freeze something and then hit it till it dies, which is completely stupid. So everything else like that has been lowered. Yes. Also here, the entangled one, if you attack it, you also destroy the vines, so you free them yourself if you attack them. Kinda makes more sense, right? Because I mean, unless you poke into the vines, whatever. Yeah, certain things have been boosted, spells, new ones, Earthen Blessings, what I called it, whatever. I think it's called differently in the game, but on the mod, but yeah, just gives you a little bit of a reward. Nothing too OP. Yeah, change feather to air magic. It still needs a bit of earth, but still. The shock cloud. I think the spell was yeah, I think it was cast on self, as it would be called in the Elder Scrolls games. So that is now fixed. You cast it in front of yourself. Makes more sense. Invalid field. Was it called invalid? No, unstable. Wait, okay, it's unstable field actually. Freezing surround. I think this was in before. I'm not quite sure. So certain things. Oh yeah, this one is important. Blocked by most obstacles, so you cannot just cheese it through grates anymore. Even the poison clouds. But I've also seen that being sort of exploited to no end. You know, taking minutes upon minutes, just doing single-digit damage just to get rid of an enemy instead of fighting the enemy. Holy shit, how bad can you be? Anyway, build up shortened for the Whitewood Wand, which is the one you want if you want to have light and see anything. Light spells, they also have a better offset and are pulsating, so it's not inside walls anymore. Should be better. Oh yeah, the Nectar Branch wand, which immediately healed your feet and legs, that has been fixed. No more wound healing just by using the endless Nectar Branch wand. It now, I think, creates fireflies. Yes. Have fun. New tomes added, yeah, plus 5 max lottery. The entire tomes, I think I'll get to that. They've been redone as well. One of the things that found a bit stupid, I watched, as I said, others, and they all were completely immune to fire damage. I think even a troll, and that is not the way it's supposed to be, which is annoying. And so I lowered everything that gives permanent bonuses roughly by half. So you have to alter your equipment to actually get some proper values, or you use whatever, magic or you know, potions. There's so much in the game. The permanent shit was just way too much. Also removed, I think, some of the permanent potion thingies. I mean, I guess you can still exploit it if you want, but just going through it without these things, specifically min-maxing, I think this shouldn't be as much of a problem anymore. Yeah, traps. Oh, that's a new one. Traps, yeah, again. They hold entities now, which means not only enemies, but also you are getting held by these things. And they block physical. You can attack with certain things, right? They are not real obstacles, so they're basically just trapped with a nice, not the force field, but this white rune on the ground. It just holds them. Also, quite interesting in certain puzzles, especially the what is it? The basement, the Forsaken Temple one. Yeah, this is something I also reworked. I have the drawings here. Holy crap! Making a sort of a sequence puzzle for just 4 or 5 tiles took me way too long to get behind, till I found a proper, you know, way to think, and then it was quite easy. You know, just activate everything except for the one you're standing on. Duh, it's not that difficult. Yeah, if you, yeah, whatever. So Where were we? Here, new tomes added, exactly. Traps, holds, yeah. Charges of magical items changed. Most of them have been lowered. There were way too many, like 10 or 12 for certain items. They are lowered, and make use of the recharge if you want them. Book of Recharging. Yeah, summons X crystals, and that's one of the reasons why, because you can get a number of them if you find a Book of Recharging. So that now is a lot more valuable. Tomes, permanent buffs mitigated, yeah, just what I just said. Orb of Radiance, almost powerless, yeah, because it's so old at this point, only has a few charges left. Hey, you can recharge it, but it's old, you know. Who needs it anyway? Because we've got a fuel station now, and if you really need it, you know, for these situations, use it. Otherwise, fuel should be plenty, so you can use your not just torches, but your beloved lanterns. Conditions, utilities. Yeah, there were certain bugs, other things. Yeah, I made more out of this, so the immunities and the removal things. So if you take potions, they're more powerful. Certain, also found in magical scrolls, certain new conditions, whatever, I created some more, because the scrolls are single use. They are supposed to be powerful, and I added a few things or made them more powerful than the potion equivalent or some items, so it's worth it. Maybe not exactly, but you know, it's something. Especially if you have no casters, this might come in handy because you can just, you know, use a scroll, and that's the beauty of it. Everyone can use them. I think it has 0 requirements, so everyone can cast a spell, read from a scroll. Right. Oh yeah, the afterpains. The persistent trap afterpains. Oh, there's so many. Burns, burn throw. There's electrocuted, shocked. What else? Freeze is there. So I think it was in before. Some of these were cast by enemies or were a chance to do damage afterwards. Now you have pain as you're standing in them, and if you're unlucky, you get afterpains after that. So depending on what race you are, what class not exactly, but which traits. If for instance you have, I don't know, thick skin and you run into a bleeding scenario, a bleeding trap, then yeah, you will not take as much damage, and even also the bleeding afterwards. And it won't last as long, you know, things like that. So it makes a lot more sense what you pick, as in which trait. And yeah, as I said, frozen 2 to 3 seconds max. Certain things might be longer than that. I'm not exactly sure, but especially the level 1 spells that just I don't know how many minutes. Yeah, 3 to 5 seconds I think for each, and it was just 10 HP, 10 energy, and the new. Basically had a immobile enemy, which is not exactly fun. Whatever. Weapons. I think the bow was in before, I'm not quite sure. I think even Inkfist. But as I said, it's been ages, so I put them in here. Reaping Hook, yes. Not sure if those were in, now that I think about it. Whatever. Yeah, but now to the big ones. The missile system. This is also one of the reasons why I wanted to play as one such group, considering I you know, want to see whether this actually works, and if there's enough ammo and whatnot, how it works, how about the damage, all these things. So blowpipes and darts were completely overhauled. So darts, except for the solid one, they are no longer throwing weapons. They are not primarily, they only work as ammunition for blowpipes. And also one size fits all. There are still 2 blowpipes, but what's the difference? I think one is more accurate, one is a bit more damage. It's basically an advanced version. Or something else. Or maybe not, I don't know. So basically, yeah, blowpipes are now, especially since they up the accuracy a bit more than the early other missile weapons, this is a nice alternative. Yeah, the other thing is also, I think, yeah, everything regarding ammunition is now finite. What does that mean? That means that, especially for elemental arrows or just like darts, except for the solid one, as I just mentioned, they can vanish. Right. They... How to put it? You need to... Well, if you miss, yeah, dismissed, they are gone. If you hit the enemy, it has the effect. Therefore, accuracy is important. Also, weapons that increase it, perhaps, or the special attacks that increase it even further. I made sure that all these special attacks with these weapons also give you more accuracy than before. So the chance to hit is higher, which means make use of them, and you won't miss your target and lose your ammunition. Because if you do, then it's gone, and if you hit, then you basically have an effect. And I've made them also more powerful. A bit like back in the day when they just exploded on impact. The problem is you could just throw them onto the enemy, which also works, I think, with this, but then the chance to miss is higher, which means you basically throw them away. Yeah, just what I just said. Lost on miss. Okay. Also, early firearms were all altered. They jam less. They have different frequencies. For instance, I think the rusty one is now changed, and you basically have to sort of manually shoot them, which is faster than it was before. But you have to, as I said, take care of this one. This will come in handy, or at least become somewhat interesting, because I'm, as I said, planning on playing something ranged, and this will most likely be part of it. Of course it will, because I need to know how it works with ammunition. Is there enough of it? And even though we can actually make ammunition now, both regular pellets and incendiary ones, you know, I hope it works. I hope there's enough. If not, this is what the playtest is for. Yeah, also added an X damage type to certain enemies just to have more variation. For those who don't know, there's way more than in the original. You have hunt, you have blunt, you have thrust, you have axe, you have pure, you have all sorts of things that enemies have either weaknesses to or resistances, which makes it a lot more interesting to use certain weapons. And yeah, experimenting is important. Therefore, you have these different classes that all have their specials. So not just, oh, this weapon more damage, and so you don't, so you use that one. No, you need to see what it does. Okay, just because something does 5 points more damage, or even 10 points more damage, doesn't mean it's better. A, it could be slower. B, it could be sort of something you know, class related. And every class has its own, you know, special but favorite weapons that also add things. You can attack faster with it. Maybe it doesn't show. You know, there's a lot of things that are hidden, just like in the Dark Souls games. Check out the move set. That is important. The rest is not. Oh, not quite. Shadow Dagger. Oh yeah, new. I think it was in before, but I don't know. Maybe I actually put it somewhere. Maybe there's two now. I don't know. Something that I think works with dark magic or pure, something like that. Who knows? Yeah, items. Yeah, Jagdhandschuhe. Got back to Huntsman's Mittens, I think. Yeah, the fire suggest has been changed. It now explodes as it used to be. It explodes on impact, or it forms a rune. Sort of a fire rune on the ground. Oh yeah, that one. That was also buggy. I changed it and didn't change it back. It was just a potion that he could throw onto enemies and do a bit of damage. Okay, that was it. Maybe even poison them. I don't know. Now they splash, shatter, like most potions. Potions shatter on impact. Exactly. What does that mean? That means everything is, you don't need it? Ah, screw it, and you throw it against the wall, it'll shatter, and that's it. So if you want to remove your item and your, you know, your nest is full of trash, just take it and not leave it, but throw it against the wall. And you're good to go. Also, there's more grease added. Yes, because there was not enough. Now there's more, and it's no longer called grease, it's called, you know, oily substance. Maybe you can do something else with it. And I basically put a few of them in there. So there's the quests you need them for, and you can do more with them, but don't drink them. Don't be that guy. The Lost Curse Compass also got recovered. Yes. I removed them to move them elsewhere, and I put them outside so one couldn't get the thing. That was a bit shit. But now it's back in. The Embalmer set now is scattered, so it's not no longer just everything in the starting crypts. Now you have to move a bit further. Yeah, because it's rather powerful, to be honest. Yeah. Also, yeah. I give the whole the vent thing, the crypt key that you find with the mummies in the starting crypt in the first part. We have to go up and then down again. Yeah, I give it a bit of a hint. Also, I don't know if I mentioned that, but you do realize that there are locks and you can click them, and then you get a text, right? So if it says, "Oh, it's not a round look," funny, what was it? Kino fit, yeah, because it's just the visual, the actual thing. What you need, click it, smartass. Click it and you will get a text of what it is. Sort of a hint, perhaps. Oh, it's corroded on the inside or something. Maybe I need something that is corrosive. Maybe, I don't know. Something brassy, irony, whatever-y. Just read. Dumbass. Right, what else? Oh yeah, rations are added. Yeah, give you a long-lasting effect. Just something to keep basically in your pocket if it's really getting a bit much, because hunger requirements increase for all races, not requirements. What? No, the hunger level basically has been increased for everything, because food is too easy to come by, therefore they are hungry, so you have to carry it. But then again, you have to have books that up your carrying load, so you know, should work, should just work. Torch, burning condition removed. See what? Oh yeah, you could simply throw it and enemies would get ignited, even if it was already burned out. And that is not exactly the way it's supposed to be, I think, but maybe that's just me. Potion shadow. Also, candles. Yeah. Light radius reduced drastically due to exploits. Yeah, I've seen someone actually use that a lot. You know, going around and being enlightened. He just abused it. Removed it. So basically now, tiny light radius for all the sources. Such a shame, but that's just the way it is. Use it. You can also use it on water, but now step by step. It's not just an entire area that gets enlightened or gets lit up this way. Right. Find bandages. Yes, they also have a hint now that alchemists and farmers can do more with it. Oh, farmer. That's a good point. I need to go with that one. Take one of these. Oh, I just realized almost half an hour. Jesus. This is taking longer than expected, so I think I'll just go over this for today, and tomorrow we will actually start the game, make a party. No, I think I'll have it ready, and then we can start right away. Yeah, as I said, it's going to be ranged combat. Missiles, blowpipes, pistols, that kind of thing. Primarily, anyway. Right. Find bandages. Also added certain things. Yeah, they also treat burns now. Using bandages now, not consuming. Yeah, it's a nicer sound. They were eating them, which is a bit stupid. Also, don't just eat them. Just click them. Use them. Just a little reminder. It's better. Prison key replaced with prison entrance key. Yeah. In the what was it? The catacomb fight in the northeast of it. You got the prison key, but now it's called the prison entrance key. And today I just realized, holy crap, the lock doesn't fit. And while I was at it, I changed the whole thing. I think I mentioned it somewhere about the prison. Prison complex key situation made more complex. Why? Because it's I added more keys. Because it's a prison, of course. Each block has its own, for safety purposes, of course, its own key for blocks. I think there's A to E, and there's an exit one, and then there's an enemy, and it has another one. Then you can get to the lower ones, and there's a lower one that you can use below, and you know, that kind of thing. It makes sense. It's somewhat more convoluted, but that's supposed to be the case in a dungeon crawler anyway, right? Oh yeah, recall crystals. I mentioned the safe scumming. Oh boy, did I see things. Half an hour of reloading for crystals. Holy fuck. Really? Yeah, that has changed. Lurker cloak replaces one dark cloak. What does that mean? Oh yeah, there were too many dark cloaks, so I removed some and made a new one for lurkers, which was supposed to be something else, but it didn't really work, so I made a bag of powder. Huh? Solo? What is that? Yeah, this is something that might also come in handy or interesting. I don't know. It does things, especially as a lurker. I think as a rogue as well. Not sure. I think it's just a lurker thing. Anyway, what does this do? I don't know. But it's got something to do with lurking and not being seen. Missing spell scrolls were added, yeah, as I just said, or said before. Solid rock more solid than ever. Yeah, the damage is up. And you can forge them from rocks. Yeah, this whole transmutation thing is different now. Well, I just added more. So you have a rock. A rock you can turn into a solid rock, and then a solid rock you can turn into a fire sigil, because they explode. And they do things. So basically they are imbued with fire now. Whatever. And the boulders used to be ammunition, the meteorites were incendiary ones. I think that's it. Yeah, I think so. Also, there's boulders and the chance to get meteorites now from certain spells. A Earthen Blessing is the one. The other is something else. I forgot. Oh yeah, the pillars. These breakable pillars. They are now. They also drop boulders or gate and meteorites. Yeah. Who needs rocks and the other stuff anyway? Therefore, they have these spells. Now, the spell with the Earthen Blessing, by the way, costs a crap ton of energy, and it's not really worth it. You might get a mushroom or a single rock, but you know, it's just how it is. Race and class changes? No, there needs to be a C. It's changes. Hungus, okay. Hungus Khan. Yeah, the Huldra Hoarder trait, the evasion bonus got reduced because it was way too high. If you stacked your inventory full of stackable ones, especially the stackable ones like mushrooms, they do not work anymore. Only a fourth of what it used to be, and the other is cut in half, just because it was way too easy to get extremely evasive evasive with the Huldra. Right. Fighter trait. Oh yeah, that's a big one. There was a fighter trait on each and every one of them. That was not copy and paste. I have no idea why that is. But now everything gets it added and then it gets removed again. I don't know. Yeah, don't ask me. It works. That's all I'm interested in. So yeah. Also, the screening was a bit loud. That's been turned down a notch. Yeah, the Mantis. I think Mantis in combination with, I think it was Resistant changed it so that the Mantis didn't get any effect out of certain potions anymore. I altered it a bit. It might still be the case, which makes sense because the bigger potions, the bigger energy potions are for other races. They, you know, you can just eat an ether wheat, dumbass. But this is something that people don't quite understand. You can eat these things. 2 or 3 locations now also mention this, that yeah, you can actually eat them. Oh, I need to chew this one. Some notes, you know, you can actually use the herbs as they are, as is, out of the box, or woods, whatever. Just bite into them. It's good. You know, you want to do this, especially some get a bonus out of it. A very, very small chance. I tried this with, I think, 200 or 300 sets of each for certain races, and they get a bonus. And some got 1, some got 3 bonus stats out of this, and you won't get as many in the game, so it can make a difference. Whatever. Alchemist and Farmer, bandaging ability text edit, yes, because they were actually always able to bandage the entire group and get rid of wounds. Yes. You didn't know? Should have tried. Yeah, certain hidden traits, which I won't get into. Oh yeah, that's something I worked on yesterday. Actually, I'm pretty fast. But then again, maybe not. Because it's so big, this thing, that it takes... Yeah, the mod is so huge at this point that it's taking ages to change anything and test and do, and you know, and then there's a little mistake, and then you're sitting in front of your screen for minutes, or a minute, let's call it that, and that whole minute you're just, you know, not doing anything at all, and then there's a mistake and you have to start from scratch. It's really, really exhausting, and you need a lot of patience. Whatever. Patience is good, yeah, 36 minutes, whatever. Yeah, hungry requirements, not, no. They're all more hungry now. Even the Huldra. So they've all upped equally, more or less. I made a few changes, but whatever. Monsters, regarding monsters, what do we have? Yeah, the poisoned resistance for snakes, for the undead. Yeah, the loot drop chance for certain things. For instance, just what was it? The shock lance. Yeah, the shock lance for the what was it? The Zarkton. The shock versions of them. Whatever, the electro shock blah. With this strange weapon, they drop way less now, less often, and they rather drop certain other things. Right. Did I mention that you can create elemental missiles? Did I forget this? Yes, you can create it. Transportation also includes these now, except for one thing. One element that is not craftable. There's a hint in the game, but yeah, because they are powerful, and I added a few more, and the drops are slightly higher for those, but whatever. Oh yeah, Phalanx, no console spam. We talked about this Turtoise, so the turtles in big that didn't move. Gotta be bug, it's glitch. No, it's not glitch. It's the way it's supposed to be. It's just it spammed the console because as I tried to move or turn, and I forced it out of it, which is not supposed to be. Remade it, everything's fine, or should be. Yeah. The pantry turtle in the flooded basement, that one was also something people didn't quite understand. The reason why it exists is you basically lure it in. You use a fish, low nutrition, yeah, and then you offer it, and then after a minute or two or something, the thing from the depths, blah, comes looking, you know, trying to get this thing, and you kill it, and then you get the turtles meat and turtle eggs, or tortoise eggs, whatever, which is a lot more. So basically you give some, you take more, you get more out of it. It's what is better return on invest or whatever. So you offer fish and have the chance to get a lot more back. If you're unlucky, then maybe not. But such is life. Yeah, added some more monsters in mobile versions, whether you have to face them, right? Where you kind of dance around them, which, yeah, I wish this was more Might and Magic, to be honest. But it's just the way it is. But yes, you have certain situations where they are positioned in a certain way where they can shoot you or stab you or something, or where you have no way of getting around them. These kinds of things. Yeah, also changed the stones, the summon stones, in certain positions anyway, where you have to. Where you could just simply awake them with a certain spell that goes onto the tile damager, and now there are no things anymore. They will appear. Spell variations in some casters, offensive and defense. Oh yeah, I also changed the spells of certain enemies. I hope they don't crash. I tested them, but not in, not for such a long time that I can actually guarantee that they work, so I'll have to encounter them and hopefully there won't be any crashes. Because now they, for instance, they heal themselves, or they have a bigger variety of things, or if you think you can just backstab them, they might have a, surprise where things happen, that kind of thing. Right, getting to the end here, bug fixes in general, yeah. The winding, or more like whining valley, because it was actually something to cry about, because the game could corrupt the save game. That was a bit shit. Was the first thing I changed, and that was also, as I said, the pull chain scripts probably already fixed because I checked it. Everything worked fine as intended. One of the problems that I had, people were complaining about things, but they had already fixed them, and yeah, I couldn't just upload the next hotfix or whatever. Probably going to do this with this version, most likely. If something happens, yeah, I'll just fix it and upload a new version. The problem is, even if I, change a certain number, I take a rock and put it one tile to the other side, next to it. That in itself is a completely new game, and the two save games are no longer compatible with one another. Used to be that way, where games actually, what was it? Where they sort of updated the save game so it fit the new world. In this, well, you need to upload everything anew, which is a bit annoying, and I wish things were different, but, I don't even think they are a company anymore, are they? Almost Human? I don't know. Whatever. So, yeah, that's done. Then Dark Pact didn't work. There was a typo that was a bit shit. Traps. Oh yeah, no more tiptoeing, yeah, because they basically, you cannot step onto them and then go off it again. Many you can't even use items on anymore. You have to take it or leave it. Get around. Oh yeah, there's levitation. Use it. Because otherwise you will have to take the damage, because there's no way around, and you cannot just put whatever you have in hand on the ground and then it's gone. Completely idiotic. And others were complaining about, oh, they are so hard to see. I can see I'm taking damage. Hey, if you run through a dungeon, what the hell do you expect? Ever played any D&D, not D&D, any pen and paper, and tell me that if you run through a dungeon, nothing will happen. Okay? Right, Whitewood Wands, now, does it actually work? Only light bolt on water. I think you could cast... Oh, there was a certain water that I think it's still in. I just recall. Maybe I fixed that. Because now I got another day for to work on things. Fantastic. Yeah, maybe I'll look into that tomorrow. Maybe whatever. Because I think there was a bug where you could cast underwater. Also fire spells. I mean, if it's water-based spells, okay, and everything else gets a fizzle, that's fine by me. But I don't think that was the case. Anyway, helmet skull fixed. What does that mean? Helmet skull. I don't know. Oh yeah, there's a certain place where you could offer a skull and get something for it. Now I've upped it to, I think, 4 different versions. Because, you know, there's remains and, you know, might be worth it, especially if you're an alchemist. Right. Oh yeah. Yeah, there was at the end of the treasury tower, before you got to the, what was it called? Something with an O. Oh boy, what's its name? Observatory, yeah, the observatory. Well, basically you had to fight them up there, and then you came back, you know, were higher up, and then you could choose wisely, and had to pick one side with a lot of books, tomes. And yeah, there was a bug that you can just let something rain from above. That has been fixed. Yeah, the miniature chest. I also watched somebody who didn't quite understand that shit. And he said, "Oh, he's bugged, he's glitched, he's bugged." No, it's not glitched, it's not bugged. Use someone who has at least one, what is concentration, and you know, call it mental capacity. How fitting. Didn't get it. Whatever. It now has a hint. If you find it in the refugium, there is also a note that gives a hint as to, I'm not gonna spoil it, but you know, that's also the room where you can actually use them very, very nicely. The room was actually intended to be used that way. Miniature chest? What is this? I don't know. Yeah, Treasury Tower, Dicenia Tithe was also fixed. Yeah, that was a bug because I typed, what was it? Some door portcullis was 45 and the other was 54 and the other was 55. And I made a little typo, which meant the other door opened, but the one that actually trapped you in the room, did not. So, yeah, we're trapped forever. Another thing right around the corner was a timed single-use button. It worked, but it was extremely tight and single-use. So once you'd have to basically save scum that one, otherwise you'd be stuck forever. So that room, this entire room was it was horrible. It was the northeast of the whole treasury thingy. But anyway, that is fixed. Let's not talk about it anymore. Oh yeah, the vital potion. Oh damn it, vital potion weakness immunity fixed. Yeah, because it didn't fix. No, weakness. It's called weak, I think, or is it not? I don't know. Vital, whatever. It works. Fever cure potion, fever immunity. Yeah, it did cure the fever, but it didn't give you an immunity, as I think the text implied, the description of it. But now it actually does work. Same. Yeah, something went wrong with the fevers. Oh yeah, because I changed the values all the time. Try to get some kind of balance. And apparently I didn't change things back. There's some for 30, 50, 100 minutes, and they always have a certain name to it, fixed to it, fever immunity 50 or whatever. And certain things then have to go, you know, it's complicated, it's complex, but it's also annoying. And it was a problem, and it is fixed, and that's the most important. Refreshing water spam message. Oh yeah. There was something like energized. Why was it energized? Because it was a bug. It was not supposed to be like that. Why? Because it says so. And also, refreshing water. Yeah. It gave you a focus, which is not the way it's supposed to be. Here, focus. Energy pots have it now. Not the water flask. Also, if you drank the water, someone else would get the effect. That was fixed as well. A bit stupid, but hey, it happens, right? Oh yeah, the Archmage set also spammed the HUD print, the HUD with the ever with the same message is now wearing X and Y. I haven't checked all the sets. I hope this isn't the case. Yeah, I might have to go for a set hunt and see whether our 4, yes, I'm going to play with 4 heroes, if they can actually gather some nice sets and starting ones, not the best ones, but just any that fit, like barbarian or pirate or tattered or whatever. There's so many sets in this game. Yes, basically almost everything can be a set or set pieces, whatever. Oh yeah, there was also a block that you can walk through in Flowing Sands, the northwest, the northwest of it. Yeah, I mentioned it before. Yes, these existed for years. Keyhole descriptions. I said I enlarged them. Keyhole enlarge. Let's not go there. But yes, again, let me rephrase that. There are keyhole descriptions. If there's a key, click above it, and you will see things. Also, if you want to go for the fueling station for, things, click above it, as the text says. Don't click below, don't click into it, because then it's gone. Click above, because it says fill from above. It's a hint. Use hints. Yeah, Fire Fortress pedestal is now reachable. Yes, in the east. There was also someone found that extremely funny. Is bug, is glitch. Yeah. But now it's no more glitch. It is work. But then again, tens of thousands of lines of script. Come on, having something a 0 instead of a -1. So many things I'd like to say, but I rather won't. I will at some point. I can guarantee that this will happen. Right. Anyway, Fortress, yeah, pedestal reachable. Mining pillars, boulder, and meteorite. I mentioned that before, so that you can also turn into munition or just throw at the enemy. It works, but I'd rather make ammunition out of it. Yeah, the more keys in the complex, and the rest is history. Yeah, hopefully things spawn us, unreachable things, scripts, connectors, and whatnot have also been fixed. This thing, by the way, is almost 90 megabytes in size, which is gigantic. And I've also had complaints about that it's loading so long. Yes, because the whole thing can take, I don't know, 50 hours, 40, 70, 80. Some have played over 100 hours. So if you want to actually, explore the whole thing, because it's Felgar a journey, yeah, then explore, take your time, look at things, try to find all the puzzles. You do realize that there's a sort of a secret thing that tells you, oh, you've found half of them, and then you've found them all, or 2/3 or whatever. Yes, these are things in the game, so take notes. Right. Several typos removed. Yes, that's also in there. Yeah, so this is me, Bunkernacker. And this version of the so-called Felgar a journey. Right, and since we've wasted way too much time with this, almost an hour, holy crap. But anyway, this is the current state of affairs, and we're going to continue with this when I feel like it. No, tomorrow. With the music end? That would be perfect. Yeah. So, this is it. Tomorrow, there will be more. Thank you for watching, and hope you tune in for our start of the play test of Felgar a journey. Thank you.